Yeah, so I hate bringing it up. It's the age of Volkanovski, right? Simple as that. You can't deny it. You can't avoid it. You can't look past it. It's just very, very relevant. We all know about the curse or the stats. Once they hit 35, no one's won a title fight, I believe. I think that's the stat. This flies doing my head in. And of course, he's lost 3 out of his last 4. Forget about the 2 to Islam Makhachev. That's going up to 155. They were a long time ago now as well. And then he fights Topuria. He was doing really well in that fight, but he was clipped. Regardless, he's had a year away. I don't think that this is a situation with Volkanovski to where the chin's gone. You know what I'm saying? You know, like some fighters by the end of their careers couldn't take a punch. Chuck Liddell, perfect example. You know,
Yep.
I don't think it's that. Far from it. It was Islam and Topuria back to back. No shame. Had a year away, coming back, fighting for the belt. Diego Lopes, fast, quick, very skillful.
Aggressive.
How do you see this one?
I see this fight being pretty back and forth between both guys. I do feel like a finish is going to happen, and I'm not really sure. You know, I'll save my pick for when we start doing that kind of stuff. But I think if it's an early knockout, I think for sure that would be leaning towards Diego Lopes. And I think if it goes longer, and especially past the 3rd round, I'm definitely leaning towards Volkanovski just because of all the 5-round experience. And dude, the thing about Volk that I love in this one is I actually love all that time off because he talked a lot on the countdown. I was watching that today before we came on the show, and just the time that he got to spend with the family, relax, to be a dad for a little bit. And then really he was worried about when he got back into camp, am I still going to have that same hunger? And he said, as soon as I started training, he's been obsessed with getting this. And he's been training for a while because he thought maybe he'd be fighting Topuria. So he got on the jump really quick with that. And then when he got the switch, just kind of changed strategy, changed game plan a little bit. But I do think both guys are extremely hungry. I think that one is going to be just a crazy fight with a mix of everything. That's what I love about that matchup too. We're definitely going to see grappling. We're going to see somebody get dropped. We're going to see submission attempts. It's going to be the best of what you love in MMA in that fight.
And think about this. If you're Volkanovski, if you think you're getting ready for Topuria again, you know you've got to elevate everything.
Yeah.
And if Volk's trying to elevate, who already trains with some of the best grapplers in the world, Craig Jones and stuff like that, trains with really, really good strikers, beat Max Holloway 3 times. All right, 2 of them are really, really close, but still, regardless, he beat Max Holloway 3 times, went on that crazy tear. The only thing that concerns me as a fan, and I want to say not friend, but you know, I'd say I'm pretty pally with Volk. You know, we have each other's phone numbers. Yeah, I'd like to say a friend, and Diego's awesome as well. The speed of Diego Lopes, I think that is gonna potentially be a factor. I'm not saying it will be. I'm just saying that's something that concerns me. The way he came out and dropped Brian Ortega when they fought, nearly had him finished in the 1st round. You know, so it's gonna be explosive. Brian and Harrington. Yeah. Join the show. Let's get some 4-way fight picks. There we go.
Up,
there we go. Harrington, how do you see this one going? Who wins?
I don't know, man. Like I've just seen Volkanovski do it too many times, right? And I've seen I saw Dan Ige take Diego Lopes to the limit. I've seen, you know, I mean, although Lopez did have that choke locked in pretty late, I've seen Movsar beat him. I've only seen guys spark out cold Alexander Volkanovski. And with a year off, I don't see the path to it. So I'm going to say Volkanovski in a very hard fought 5-round decision.
Yeah, because I don't think many people, if anyone, have that kind of power that Topuria does, right? Look at what he did. Brian, I've got to say, your hair is looking luscious today, man. Have you had
I got a new brush. I'm killing it. Boar hair.
Bro. I mean,
bristles.
I'm telling you, you're looking like Beauty and the Beast. I don't know what the Beast is called, but you know when he's all like, you know, at the end and he's got the suit on and everything, he's looking all dashing. That's Brian today.
Looks a little retarded, so I'll take it.
No, it's good. It's good. Brian, what's you picking this fight?
To be honest, I think I called last year when we predicted who was going to be the champion at the end of the year. I said Diego Lopes was going to be the champion. I think that I was just a little early with my prediction. I think he beats Volk. I think he's going to catch him. Like you said, he's faster. His striking is wild. His grappling is pretty great. Like, I think he just has all the tools, and Volk's on the way out. Like, I love him. I've never bet against him before, but let's be honest. I don't believe he has too many more championship fights left.
I
Well,
like it. I like the Volk.
miles. The
I do like it.
That's any which way you slice it. You can't argue with what you just said. You can't argue
Good points.
that he's on the way out. He's not going to be here in 5 years. We know that. Will he be in 1? That's a question. 2, probably not. 3, without a shadow of a doubt, no. So you're right. He's definitely on the way out. Paul, official pick time. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's go.
Yeah.
We need a forfeit, guys. Think of a forfeit.
As much as I like the points that Brian's making, I'm kind of more in the Harrington boat here, where I find it really hard to bet against him. I do like that he took time off. I love everything in the interviews. Again, this could be something that we look back on after the fact and you're like, oh, well, of course he's going to say all those things. But I'm backing Volk on this one. Again, I'm either calling a late stoppage, round 4 or 5, or like you talked about, Harrington, just a pretty clean decision on this one. But if it's early, like I said, Brian, I agree that if he gets out there like he does and did against Ortega and so many others, and against Sabatini, the way he just catches you early and then just is relentless, it could go to him, but I'm picking Volk.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a good point because, again, the speed is what it comes down to. And that's one of the main things that go as you start to get older. And it might not even be noticeable to yourself or your coaches, but it's just microseconds. You're slowing down a little bit, and a punch that you might have been able to just miss by a whisker's edge in the past, this time you don't quite get out of the way and you start to get caught because you're just ever so slightly slowing down to where it's not even really visible. However, saying that, he was beaten by Movsar Evloev. He was beaten by Nate Richardson. He was beaten by Joanderson Brito on the Contender. These were a long time ago. This is a new version. He has improved, but Volk's seen this style a million times. I don't think he takes Volk down and subs him on the ground. I mean, if he went toe-to-toe with Islam Makhachev for 5 rounds and wasn't really in trouble of being submitted one time, I don't think that would be the path to victory for Diego Lopes. He has got a chance of catching him, but I think with the footwork and the switch dancing and the experience and all of it put together, I think Volk comes out of this and wins a 5-round decision.
I think if Diego Lopes wins by submission, it's going to be because Volk took him down.
I think if Diego wins by submission, it's because he clips him, ground and pounds
Or
him,
that, yeah.
and forces him to make a mistake. Because then you don't know what the going on. You're like, you know? Yeah. All right. Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp, that is going to help you get professional therapy done online, done very, very conveniently, and it's going to help you save some money. Traditionally, in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which of course that adds up very quickly. But with BetterHelp online therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time. Therapy should be accessible, not a luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense, and it can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress to substance abuse, alcohol issues, whatever it is, your mental health is worth it, and now it is within reach. I've done this myself. I've talked about it many times. I did some anger management counseling. I am telling you right now, speaking to a licensed professional therapist will help you understand things on a much deeper level, okay? And of course, it's very, very convenient. You don't have to drive to the other side of town. You haven't got to find a parking space. You haven't got to sit uncomfortably in a doctor's waiting room. And with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And you can switch therapists at any time. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/believe to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP, betterhelp.com/believe.